Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We're two friends in fibre who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
It might be episode 275, but I am always just a hot mess. The recording after we've been live. I forget how to do all the things. I forget everything. It's totally fine.
Me too. The process of getting a thumbnail this week was something else.
It was a journey, guys. It was a journey.
It really was. I learned so much on this journey, but it really was about the destination, not the journey.
In this case, yes, it was. Well, while Diana tells everybody what we're going to cover this week, I'm going to randomly drive her nuts and switch beverages.
Oh no, it's not going to be the one that I wrote down.
That's fine.
We've got What's in Our Cup, Woolly Workings, Wool Gathering, Kniterature. Wow.
Yeah.
For all the show notes, there's only a very few segments. Well, this is not going to be short. It sounded short. It's not going to be short.
That's because I have my cup of water and a cup of tea, but really,
well, nobody cares about water.
In my Nightmare Before Christmas black mug, which has really become the mug, I have a cup of Kenyan Gold black tea. We're doing a Sunday afternoon-ish recording, but I am dealing with the after effects of the notoriously evil monster known as summer. So here we are, and that's what I gotta do. So that's what I got to this decision. Guys, I hate summer. When does it fall?
Not soon enough.
And not pretend fall, but real fall. When we stop getting to 30 degrees Celsius. When does that happen? When we stop getting to 20. When we stop getting to 20. But the highest we get is like high mid-teens. High mid-teens.
Can go kind of like 22 is fine.
I've been outside today, so I'll be coughing again, guys. Nature, man, it's out to get me. All right. And I like nature. That's the problem. Oh, goodness. No, high teens, not mid-20s. Mid-20s is too hot.
No. Like low 20s. Like if 22 is the high for the day, that's all right.
Okay, if it was a high for the day, okay, I can buy that. Yeah, with no humidity, though. No humidity,
no. A nice, crisp, like a cool 22. Like with a cool breeze.
That was not, it was 10:30 p.m. last night and still 27 degrees, and it felt like almost 30 with the humidex.
That is gross.
Yep.
That is horrendously gross.
Guys, we're right in the thick of summer. For any of you who think Winnipeg's all about cold temperatures, we also do the other one too. We do the hot end as well.
Yeah, minus 40 to plus 40, you do it all.
We experience all the weather. Yeah. All right. Well, I have absolutely no cool threads because whenever possible, I do no threads.
It's been too warm for threads.
Too warm for threads.
Oh, I don't think we actually said what was in our cups.
I said what was in my cup, and I totally skipped you because that's apparently the stage I'm at today.
We're on a roll. I dug deep in my tea drawer and I found that I had a little bit left of the Plum Deluxe tea from like a year ago at this point. It's a good thing tea doesn't really expire. But this was the Huckleberry Heaven Delight. I don't know. It was a Huckleberry something. It's a berry flavored black tea. Anyway, I still have enough for like a cup of it. I will find what it was actually called and link it in the show notes. Anyway, Plum Deluxe, thumbs up.
It's a very good tea. Sorry, guys, I am absolutely did not sleep well last night, so I'm going to be yawning a lot, and I apologize for that. The coughing and the yawning, I'm going to just be such a treat for editing, Jocelyn. Oh, can't wait.
That is future Jocelyn's problem.
Yeah, that's tomorrow's Jocelyn's problem, so we'll see how much I appreciate it tomorrow. Oh, goodness. Did you have any cool threads, or you were on vacation?
No. I was on vacation and it's summer and it is too dang warm for cool threads.
Fair enough. So I suppose that means we got to get to the meat of the podcast.
Woolly Workings.
There was a check-in.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to check in. So you've got like easily twice as many things as I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you do in fact have twice as many things as I do.
Cool. Cool beans. Okay, so I'm gonna run through my stuff as fast as I can because holy schnickerdoodles. All right. So lives on my couch. I work on it during the day when I'm hiding in front of the air conditioning unit and I don't want to be anywhere near anything remotely warm or that gives off heat. Is my shawl design. Pi made me do it. I am in the middle of a row, and why am I not at the end of the row, which I'm pretty good about being not in the middle of the row, is because I picked up the shawl, I looked at what side I was on, I looked at what it was I needed to be doing, and then immediately proceeded to do the other thing.
Good, good.
So now it's tangled and I got strings everywhere and I have to take back a bit more because I'm supposed to be making lace and I'm not making lace. So that's a problem. I continue to slowly make progress on the 300-gram ball that I started with. I'm now down to a palm-sized ball.
Good, good.
For everyone playing the home game, that means I'm about 100 grams of fingering left. Technically, it's listed as like a 3-weight. I would say it's like a heavy fingering, light DK. So yeah, that travels with me. Conveniently enough, I have a fancy yarn bowl that it travels in.
I do love that yarn bowl. That is so cute.
I got it from the Edmonton Fiber Frolic. It was a present. I'm gonna make clinking noises as I put it back down because it's heavy clay. It's very solid. I like it. It's got a good weight to it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I mean,
good
if
solid
it doesn't,
yarn bowl.
I still made the statement, so that happened. All right, the other thing that lives that I work on a little bit, but only when I'm at the computer, is the Summer Breeze cardigan, which is I changed my mind after we did the cast on party, and this is going to be my project for the summer solstice cowl. Why? Because I didn't see this till after we done the cast on party.
Whatever, you're allowed to change your mind.
Everyone's allowed to change your mind. So this is the back panel that I'm working on, folded in half. I'm making it out of leftover balls of carrot cake cotton that I have, and I had to decide how long I wanted this to be. And I have done the math, and to get the right length for just at like the posterior area, just above, I need 22 inches from my armpit hole.
Cool.
Diana can confirm I am just that tall.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's fine. So I am making progress on this back piece. This is always the slog when you're doing the crochet, and I like always do the back panel first because it's the biggest part, and then the rest of the project just like zooms by because the sleeves and your front panels obviously aren't as large as your back panel needs to be. Go figure. I also did this at a tighter gauge and adjusted the size a little bit. So because I'm making it in cotton, a cotton acrylic blend, when the cotton stretches out and loses all its shape, it'll be beautiful and drapey and just that hint of oversized. Not like 6 inches of positive ease oversized, but like, yeah.
This just like a couple inches.
Got a nice slouch drape to it, which is what I prefer. So slowly I make progress. Am I worried about the colors matching? No, guys, I'm going to dye this when I'm done. And if I'm super lucky, I actually get it done this month and I can dye it for the Fiber Friends July challenge. And if not, then I'll dye it when it's finished.
Nice.
Because that's how that works. So I did a bunch more rows. It's doubled in size. It's good. It's good. I like crochet. I need to do more crochet because I really enjoy crochet, especially in the summer. It's good in the winter too, but especially in the summer. So that's 1. That's 2. We'll do 3, and then it gets weird up in here.
Okay. I'm scared now.
The rest of it's check-in stuff.
Fair.
So I have an FO.
Aww.
And considering that Stash Dash ends at the end of August and I have finished a pair of socks and a sun hat.
Yeah.
That's nowhere near 15 kilometers. So yeah, gotta change that real quick. So
Yeah.
I finished my Shapely Boyfriend cardigan.
Nice.
All of this Tweety goodness is done. Yeah, look at that Tweety goodness. So good. 2 sleeves bound off. The only thing that's done is weaving it in the ends. And really, quite frankly, there's just going to be a massive end weaving in weekend because I'm in full-blown, oh my word, get your stuff done mode. What is wrong with you, crazy lady? So I have to wash, I have to block, but again, this is acrylic. This is some Tweety yarn from the Lion Brand? No, is it Lion Brand that does impeccable?
Loops and threads.
Loops and
I
threads
think.
does it. It's like my favorite acrylic yarn next to Burnett Premium, and for the life of me right now, I can't remember. Summer.
I also don't recall.
Saps my brain. So this is just literally getting folded up nicely, and it's gonna stack in a stash, stack in a stash, stack in a pile. Maybe. Can I even fold? Like, what is a life? Like, what am I doing here today? Okay, let's try that again. Worked clothing retail for over freaking nearly.
Should be able to fold things in your sleep.
I should. And every other bloody month of the year I can. But in this summer season, everything is a struggle.
You'd like reverse hibernation. Need to go hibernate somewhere cool for the summer.
Would love to hibernate in the summer. People won't stop talking to me. Seems unfair. Every time I look over at my table that my sewing machine sits on, it's covered in a tablecloth, right? Nice white tablecloth, so I can pick up if I've dropped a pin or something. Like, it just gives me the best contrast to work with.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got fans blowing in the apartment to move the air conditioning unit air around, right? So the tablecloth is moving, and I always have that split second because I've got summer brain. Just there's nothing. I am just so
like,
pretty.
oh my god, a ghost.
Oh yeah, and then my brain goes, no, dum. There's a fan going on. Let's stop that initial panic. This is not that initial panic. Oh, my apartment's haunted. Oh no, wait. I turned the fan on. I just did that now. I just looked over and I just had a moment. I should not be allowed to interact with the public between June and September.
I did a reverse one of those the other night. I was looking out the bedroom door and like across the hall, and there was like a spot on the wall, and I'm like, was that hole in the wallpaper there before, or like, because that looks new. It seems unfamiliar, but I was like 90% certain it was just a hole in the wallpaper that I hadn't noticed before, or like some dust or something. Mm-hmm. No, it was a giant freaking spider. It was a thing to be scared of, or at least more scared than I was of a hole in the wallpaper.
Yeah.
And then I had to squish it
and two terrifically
and it got away.
Different. 2 terrifically different things going on there.
I wasn't like, oh my god, it's a ghost. No, it's something benign. I was like, oh, it's something benign. Oh no, it's a giant spider.
It's a spider. Yeah. Okay, fair. We were actually talking about spiders earlier today because I was helping the mysterious Mr. B with his world building. All right. Now here's where it gets tricky.
Okay.
The first thing I'm going to show you is the thing I had for last month's check-in, because I just finished my check-in with Louise for last month. So I have last month's stuff, and then I have showing you guys what I'm going to work on this month, and then it goes away and you don't see it till next month. So, hello? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
What can I help you with? Today? I left the house today to play Warhammer.
How dare you?
She's like, hello. That per half leap. So I was supposed to work on my Stone Warrior and then my spinning. And then a bonus, I'm so tired, I'm rubbing my eyes. I'm like a small child. Just bear with me, guys. We'll get there. My spinning. And if I had time, I was going to pick up my bulky weight cardigan design and work on in the background because I just need to log some hours, right? So again, I have summer brain. It's not good. Completely forgot about the spinning and the cardigan. Like, absolutely just dropped it out of my brain. which is not the norm for me. It's not the
That's
norm for
yeah,
me.
no, that's amazing to completely lose something like that.
And I don't do it very often. So all I knew that I had to do was a Stone Warrior. So I of course proceeded to procrastinate because that is what I do. And then I had panic knitting to do the moment we finished our live on Sunday till Thursday. So between Sunday night and Thursday morning, I had to finish the Steinkrieger. I had the body pretty much done. The sleeves were done. It was a bottom up. So all I had left was the yoke and the decreases, which really isn't that much on a bulky weight cardigan or sweater, which is why I put it off as long as I did, because I was like, it's bulky. It'll take no time. It still actually takes time.
It
Do
does,
not
yeah.
jump up. I have things to show the internet. I know you. That's why I stopped to talk to you, because I know you. You're not good at listening to your mother. In fact, with great assurance, and say you suck at it, babe. Long story short, I didn't get it done. Now that I have cat claws in my leg. Ouch. And nowhere to put these giant balls of yarn. Bulky yarn's so big. So big.
Yes. That's why they call it bulky.
I am at the point where I've done a lot of chart.
That's nearly done though, right?
I'm so freaking close, it's not even funny. What I need to do is finish the last chart I'm working on in the decrease round for my sleeves, because I'm short in the yoke dimension. So, well, most people at the size range that I knit for, which is like a 48-inch bust, need 9 inches from their collar to their underarm for the sweaters to fit comfortably. I need 7.
Right.
So I'm taking out 2 or 3 or more inches every sweater. So once I've done the next round of decreases on this one, I'm at the point where I'll be at 7 inches and I need to put it on to make sure it's sitting right, and then ignore the rest of the charts, do my ribbing and bind off. But I need to double check that, which will be interesting because look, I have armpit holes. And because it's a bulky sweater, they're massive armpit holes.
Even though it's only like 10 stitches or something, isn't it?
It's 10 stitches, but that's huge. So I'm not quite decreased enough yet that I can put it on to try it on without dropping stitches, which I don't feel like doing. Also, it's 30 freaking degrees most days right now.
Yeah.
If it cools down tonight like it's supposed to, I can tomorrow. So, but right now I can't even put this in my lap because it's all this sweater. It's just all this sweater.
Oh, yeah, no.
So I wanted it done for today. Super did not happen because I was super unwell yesterday. So I'm going to try to continue to get it finished because I did not put it back on the challenge because I want it done and off, right?
You can be forgiven for not finishing bulky weight sweaters in the height of summer.
Well, I was supposed to get it done before we got to the height of summer. It's my own fault for procrastinating. So I got here all on my own. No sympathy requested because I did it to myself.
I'm still planning on making another one of those for Mr. Diana so we can have cheesy matching inverted color sweaters.
You guys will be so
distressingly not
cute.
Even doing that until like October.
Don't do it.
I'm not doing it till like October.
Don't do it. So
that gives me a solid like 2 months.
Yeah.
Where I did mine in 3.5 weeks. So
that should be doable.
Yeah.
However, that leaves everything else I have to talk about. Check-in knitting. So why don't you do your stuff and then I will do the check-in knitting for the stuff I'm going to work on this month.
All right. Let me just
that
finish 2
allows
more
me
stitches
to
here.
Lean back and rock in my chair while you talk.
Okay. Let me just adjust that there. Okay.
Stick my feet
All right,
up.
so I'm going to start with my boring thing.
Yep.
I finished the neckline on the Ursina.
Well, yeah, but it had to get done. Oh, that looks much better.
I haven't trimmed my ends. I wove in the ends from the neck treatment and then I haven't trimmed them yet because I was going to trim them after I wash it again. But the back in particular looks so much better. It doesn't roll and it doesn't stretch. Yeah. When I took my pictures at the beach last week, I purposely picked one from the front and didn't post any of the ones from the back because it looked so bad from the back. Like I can't, it hurts my heart how bad that sweater looked from the back. So it looks so much better now.
Good.
It doesn't roll. It's much better.
Oh, I wasn't in fear that I wouldn't pick up my stitches and immediately do it by enough. I hate a roll hem. You know I hate a roll hem.
Yeah, like it was particularly apparent when I was wearing it.
Oof,
anyway,
goodness.
So that's done now. It's much less stretchy, and I actually haven't put it on yet since I finished it. So pardon me 1 second to see how this might fit differently.
I don't love anybody enough to put on a sweater today that isn't made of super sheer, lightweight, rayon, fake fabric stuff.
Oh yeah, it's the same, but
yeah,
it's a little more structured.
Which is good. That's what you wanted.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, it is too warm for this.
Again, cotton isn't what people think it is.
Oh.
As a sort of standard, it's cotton, therefore.
Yeah, it's it needs one of those days where it's like that changeable sort of weather where you want to wear like something strappy when you're outside, and then like you go inside where there's air conditioning and it's cool, or maybe there's somewhere where there's a cool breeze, but then you go somewhere where there's not a cool breeze. Yeah, it was absolutely perfect as a beach cover because there was a cool breeze coming in off the water, but then I had like a strappy summer dress on underneath. It was perfect.
That would be great.
So this gets washed again because it's got sunscreen on it from the beach day.
Well, you're gonna be washing it every time.
Yep. Which means it's not going to get worn a lot because I'm terrible about doing my hand washing of knits. It's bad.
It's organic cotton. You should be able to put that on the washing machine on gentle and then just lay it flat to dry.
I know, it's that one extra thing, and for whatever reason, it's that one extra thing that just doesn't happen when I'm doing laundry.
That's fair.
Okay, so that's my like. Yeah, I'm gonna make judicious use of plentiful. I don't know. I'm gonna make much use of my laundry bags. I think because there's a pile of shawls and stuff that have been sitting there for months at this point that I wanted to wash before I put them away.
You need to do that because you will just be putting them back into rotation at this point.
I know, right? So anyway, should I do another thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, last week, if you do your 3 items, then I'll just do my last things because I'm just showing what I'm working on.
Okay. So last week on the podcast, I finished my reps and rest socks.
Okay.
And then I needed new socks.
Yep.
And I've been loving your stripy socks. So I got some scrap yarn. And I'm making some scrappy. When I picked this yarn, I thought it was self-striping. So it was scrappy, stripy, and then I'm striping it. So scrappy, stripy, striping socks. But it turns out the yarn that I picked for the toe is more of a gradient. And the other 2 yarns are sort of a marl gradient. So it's really more of a scrappy gradient striping socks, but you know what? I like alliteration, so scrappy, stripy, striping socks.
That's fair. My apologies for the motorcycle sounds.
Anyway, these are turning out great. I'm making more socks for me.
Good. You need socks.
Yeah, I think with the amount of yarn that I have, this is going to have to be more shorties, which is fine. I might have to find like little bits of other scraps to even get it this far, because like this is the dark blue color.
Should not weigh out your yarn?
No, I just picked some that was like roughly equal amounts.
Got it.
It's fine. I mean, they're scrappy socks and they're striped, so if I have to like randomly stripe in something different, I don't really care.
Okay, that's fair.
Also, I'm definitely only getting 1 sock out of this. This is not going to be a matched pair. I have a set of purple and gray and blue somewhere on the desk behind me.
Okay.
That's going to be the other sock. So they will be a pair in concept only, which is fine. I'm pretty excited about these. They're turning out so good.
All right.
What else do I have? What else do I have?
The other thing you worked on this week.
Yeah. So this was my other option for the secret knitting. I had been working on the secret knitting, but I decided to work on this a little anyway because I was really excited about a lace shawl, and then I remembered why I don't like working on complex lace shawls, because it involves a lot of counting, and it's really hard to watch Critical Role and count because they roll dice and say numbers.
And do things like backstory drops for over half the party.
Yeah, that was a lore dump. Wow.
Oh, and that special guest one-off interaction with the DM at the start.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so I think I did like either 4 or 6 rows done on this. So that's a thing that I might keep working on. I don't know. I do like it though. And I should really finish it. This was a mystery knit along from 2014. I should really finish that. You know?
Oh gosh.
And then my last thing, my needles arrived for the Fossil Frenzy tea. So I started the Fossil Frenzy tea.
Well,
so there's a collar. I have a collar.
It is literally your summer solstice knit, so
yes,
you needed those needles.
Come on, focus on that. There we go.
Oh, I love that color.
So that's my collar.
So much.
Ta-da! I'm about to start the increases. I'm really excited about how well, I mean, obviously it's white, so it goes with everything, but there's like little bits of white in the yarn, so it goes really well. And I just absolutely love how this yarn is gonna look with dinosaur bones in it. I think it's going to be it's a very nice paleontological it's a nice dinosaur color. It's a nice background for dinosaur bones. I tried to be sciencey. Also, new nail color. I picked it to go with the greens in this yarn. Ta-da! I'm matching my project.
Oh goodness.
And once again, it does absolutely not show up on camera, but there is a tiny bit of sparkle in here. There's like 5% stellina. A little bit, just a teensy bit of sparkle.
Just a hint, just a touch.
Just the tiniest hint.
Okay.
A little smidgen.
Okay.
Anyway,
oh,
it's gonna look so good. Anyway, yeah, that's my projects. Wow. I suppose I should wind the rest of these. Did I wind the rest of these? I do not remember if I wound the rest of these because they don't seem to be on my shelf, and I don't know where I put them.
May I recommend more project bags?
Yes.
Okay.
Or more specifically, what I need to do is empty out these 2 bags that are hanging behind me because they don't contain any projects in particular. They've just been dumping grounds recently. So they're perfectly usable project bags. I just need to like clean them out from the ends of other projects.
That seems like a you problem.
It's very much a me problem.
Just checking on that one.
It's very a me problem. Well, because I have to like clean off the desk behind me to take pictures and stuff. So I just like dump it somewhere. And as a result, I have bags of who knows what.
Instead of dealing with it and putting it away properly, I don't know.
I just hide the mess. And
you
it's been working.
Every other adult ever.
It works until you run out of space to hide the mess in. And then you have to clean the hidden mess.
Pretty much, yeah. All right. For check-ins for me this month, we went big. A, because I'm running out of time for Stash Dash. B, oh my god, I want free needles for the fall. And C, it's my arbitrary goal and I can choose whatever I want. So I did 4 projects and I gave them 6 to choose from, 7 to choose from. They had to whittle it down to 4. Because I love making life difficult for people. No, I just like not having to make choices. Like I have to work on all the sweaters anyway. And
it's
I want
so nice
them,
to crowdsource things sometimes.
Like crowdsourcing that answer. Like what am I casting on? Like specifically, what am I working on this month? Like right now. answer the question for me because I don't feel like answering it for myself. Just take so much pressure off. So the flat white is a sweater I finished before. You may be thinking, Jocelyn, you already did this sweater. Yep. And I love the fit. I love how snug it is. I love how fitted it is. I love how it looks. I hate the color because I had not learned to shrink my freaking necklines yet. So I made the neckline for the 40 some odd inch bust that I like. So I had all of the negative, way too much negative ease around the chest, which I'm quite comfortable with. They're big, whether I make the bag, either I'm large because I made a 52-inch chest, 53-inch chest, and I have no chest, and because it's the same size as the, like, it gets lost because my shoulders are so small in comparison. So either I'm large or I have large boobs. And I am always going to opt to just have large boobs. I'm always opting for it. I don't want to be larger than I am. The size I am is the size I am, so I'm not okay with that. I did, however, in reference to this sweater, which I hate the neckline, I don't like the way it looks on my face, had an amazing middle of the night, you drank too much tea, so you have to get up to go to the bathroom thought. Like the genius I am, I dropped that thought into the Patreon Discord because I didn't want to forget it.
I remember seeing that one come in at an odd hour, like you're either up late or up early, and I'm not sure which.
More like, oh my heavens, you drank a whole pot of tea before bed and now you're paying for it, because that's a problem.
I think I have makeup in my eye or sunscreen or something. There's something in my eye. Do not mind me while I weep silently tears of pain.
It's okay. I realized I dropped stitches.
Oh no.
So we're going to insert a pause while I deal with this. All right. Crisis averted. So let's talk about the plan. The way too late or way too early middle of the night bathroom break thought was, wait a minute. What if I just steeked it and made it a cardigan?
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back to bed. That was the full thought. Full complete thought included the pattern name flat white steeking cardigan, and they went to sleep. And really at that point in the day, evening, night, that's really the only thought you need to have, if we're honest about it. Woke up in the morning, reread the thought and went, middle of the night means ingenious. So if I just run, because this is Knit Picks Wool the Andes yarn, and this is a folded brim neckline,
Mm-hmm.
I could just run some zigzag stitches down the middle of the article garment. Here, we'll pretend this is the middle. Run some zigzag stitches down the middle. Sneak up the bad boy. Give it a button band. Call it a day.
Yeah.
And then I went, that's not complicated enough for Jocelyn. What if I rip back to the ribbing, which I've made mistakes in anyway, pick it up, knit it so it's a bit longer, maybe say replicate this chart down at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
then do the ribbing, then steek it, then put on a button band and have a long winter A-line cardigan. With some snowflakies, which would give me all of the excuse I need to go find fancy snowflake buttons for the front of the cardigan.
Yes.
Yeah. See where I'm going here? See where I'm going here? So
genius.
We've been hem ripped, pulled back, and now we're ready to be measured, since I've obviously watched and blocked this bad boy. Measured, and then figured out if I just need to add the chart to make it the length I want, or if I need to do a little bit of knitting, then add the chart to have the length I want. Redo the ribbing on the ends, and then I can steek this guy. Then it needs a button band. And yeah, I have enough leftover yarn to do all that.
Nice.
Because I hate yarn chicken with a wild, unreserved, arch nemesis level hatred. So I always have leftover yarn when I can swing it. If I have to knit projects so that they're tight or close on yardage, I get really antsy. Why do I feel like
always good to have insurance yarn?
I need to deal with right now, because if that's left out and floating, Phaedra will absolutely decide it's a snack. Absolutely decide it's a snack. All right. Next up, because one project wasn't enough. At some point in the near, in the distance, the far future, Diana will return. And by George, but I like us to have our twin sweaters done. So boy, oh boy, did I put the 8-bit back on. Back on the list. And it overwhelmingly got voted for. Go figure. I am at the same point where I need to start my decreases. I'm not pulling it all out, guys. We've all seen the 8-bit a million one times. It's out of some gorgeous Briggs and Little in their sport, in a white and a black, or yeah, black. I think I chose black, or did I choose navy and I can't tell the difference. One of the twos occurred.
Don't remember.
I'd actually have to look at the ball bands. It requires me to pull the sweater out of the bag, which I don't want to do.
I think you did like a charcoal or something where I did a navy.
Maybe I did a charcoal. That would make sense.
Same on screen.
Yeah, for me to pick a gray makes sense. So I'm at the point where I need to do the first chart decreases, and this is an all over charted cardigan. Like the whole cardigan background is this wonderful little chart here.
I did love that so much.
I need to do the first 2 chunks of decreases, which should get me to just about that 7-inch space. Then I need to put it on and try it out, because again, this is getting steeked. So, but this has steeking stitches, so I don't have to sew it because it's an all woolly wool, McWool. So once I've finished knitting it, I can just cut it, pick up the button band and go. And it'll be perfectly fine. Because yay, steeking stitches. So put that back on the list. That's right. I've got leftover balls and an entire Jocelyn size sweater shoved in this tiny little CBC Canada Reads bag.
That was a very full bag.
Yeah, there's no space in that bag. It's loaded. So that went on. And you're thinking, that's more than enough. You're right. That right there is more than I should have taken on already. But don't worry, I added 2 more. So we also said every August I get, July and August, I get this excited about doing things because I want stuff off my needles. I got rescued, like I do. And the amazing Jen, where is my brain? Jen said, summer brain, you guys. Summer brain. It's a problem for me. The amazing
Jen sent the yarn that we'll talk about later.
The amazing Erin of Fire Fibre Co. Who comes over and we visit, we chat, and we knit, and start of the month happened. So, yarn delivery occurred. Asked if there's anything I needed help with. I said, I would love to give you 2 projects to pick up stitches, rip back for me. And she said, pass it over. She's like, what takes me 10 or 20 minutes takes you hours. I'm like, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. She ripped back my Ursina for me to the point where I started messing it up, which is when I connected it.
So most of the sweater, I always feel so sad.
You have to remember that the body of this sweater took me 3 days.
I know. I don't know why I took so long with mine. It was just, I don't know. I guess I wasn't into it because it was not hard.
The longest part is that shoulder yoke section before you split for your shoulders. And I'm back to the part where you split for your sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that pattern detailing is very addictive. Like I flew through that real quick. This is technically the most knitting. So if I'm smart, this is the one I start with. Because technically I have to still knit the cropped body and full length sleeves. So this one is being made out of 4 knit picks yarn. And it's charcoal, I think, or dark gray. Dark gray. And since I ordered a sweater quantity and a regular size sweater and I'm making a crop sweater, yarn chicken's not even a discussion at this point. It's not even a thought or a glimmer in an eyeball. It's not even, just super not concerned. I might have enough left over in the gray after the cropped to do another gray sweater with like red color work. We'll see, guys. I'm already thinking, but the goal is to get stuff off the list. So we're on to 3. And you're like, Jocelyn, please tell me you did not put a 4th sweater on the list. No, I didn't. They didn't. People are kind. They love me. I want to get some shawl patterns done because they're sitting in my head. I have to move on to other projects. And I have one with a lace chart already freaking patterned out. I just need to knit it before I can give it to my tech editor and my first primary tester. for things because she's faster than me. Orders of magnitude faster than me, and you'd think I'd learn, and I never learn. Never learn. So this beautiful gradient yarn that is ready. People are laughing as they come into the building. It amuses me greatly. That is this gorgeous faded black to white color gradient. Has a lace pattern, charted and ready to knit. But because I am not 2/3 done this shawl, I cannot give it to anybody yet. Not even the tech editor to check my English before it goes to testers. Because if I don't do it now, my tech editor will be like, oh, I'm done. Have you finished chesting everything? I need the bind off instructions. And I'll be like, I have 50 more rows of chart to go. Go away. I'm not ready for you. Stop knitting so fast. No, I'm kidding. Don't stop knitting so fast. Like, fit the speed you knit and enjoy your stuff. Do it up. So, and there's still a huge chunk of ball left because, like, it's the roll with it sparkle from Red Heart.
I love how sparkly that is.
And it's so sparkly, but it's a massive amount of lace. Like, I still have a whole ball I haven't even touched yet. And I have this much of the first ball left.
Oh, wow. That's
like,
so much.
I'm not doing small shawls, guys. I don't, because I don't wear them, so there's absolutely no point. So that is 4 insanely large projects. There's no way I'm going to get them all done on time, but you know what? What's life without a challenge? I'm going to give it a go. So we'll see how I do. I mean, you guys won't see anything till next month, but I'll see how I do. And we've learned the important lessons, which is I cannot put spinning as a deadline project ever because then I absolutely abandon it, look at it, make faces, and walk away. So we have figured out that that is not the kind of challenged crafting I require. That in fact does the exact opposite for me. I wanted to immediately start working on this stuff Thursday night, but I remembered I can't do that because I had to show you without having any progress yet.
I feel like the universe has been telling me I need to do some spinning because, like, you're spinning and there's Tour de Fleece going on and everybody's spinning in the channel and it looks pretty. And then YouTube's like, hey, spinning, you should, look at these spinning channels. And not one, but 2 antique spinning wheels have come up recently in my life, available for purchase. And so I think I might need to buy an antique spinning wheel.
So,
and
remember how last month, middle of last month, I was scrolling through the Instagrams and I went way back in our profile to find an old Throwback Thursday photo.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to know what date stamp the first time your nano spinner showed up with spinning fiber that I know is probably still on it.
No, I definitely finished, well, whatever the first project was, but this.
I don't know. Did you post your first project?
I honestly could not tell you.
I don't know. I don't know if you posted your first project or if you did your first project.
I found it recently. It's right.
Super. I'd have to go back to the Instagrams to look, and I'm so not doing that today.
I threw it on the floor. Okay.
Well done.
My first project, I did some of it on a drop spindle. I made the little baby skein.
Definitely don't have the drop spindle.
And then that was the rest of my first project that I'm afraid to use because I think it might fall apart, but it's a very pretty skein.
I don't think that was the color I was looking at.
It could be this color that was my second project that
definitely
I would feel
was not that color.
Okay. I would feel safe using this one. I don't know what to make with it yet.
Yeah, something will come up. It always does.
The current color,
I'd have to go look to be sure. It might have been your first. It definitely wasn't that bright of a, like, it definitely wasn't your second one.
Oh, how long is this? Oh, this is so long. Hang on. I can just bring this right up to the camera without having to move the spinning wheel. Was it this color? It's like blue and purple.
Either your first one or your third project, my dear.
I just made a huge mess in here. What was the point of that? I get too excited sometimes.
You and me both.
Put that away.
The floor of this office, I had it cleaned for Monday. I thought I'm done all of my good cleaning. Of course I have.
Just put these back.
Either way you're looking at it, I know that's been on your spinning wheel for way too long.
Now I'm thinking about it. That has definitely been on my wheel since I lived in Winnipeg. So
which is
over 2 years.
Over 2 years.
That's over 2 years.
Yeah.
I should finish that.
Yeah, should finish that. Yeah.
Like
I forgot that
spun for 2 years. Yeah.
I forgot I had spinning, but guys, I don't want to get up and get it. I'll show you the spinning next week. Tired and I'm grumpy. My feet are swollen. Dumb summer. Summer's stupid.
Well, let's hurry up and finish, and then you can chill, and we can, I don't know, make potions or something.
Yeah. All right. I have unintentional acquisitions, but you have real life acquisitions, and we have a words.
We have a wool gathering. Shall we talk about the acquisitions first?
Yeah, let's do acquisitions first.
Okay, let's do acquisitions
then
first.
I can push this very large chair out of the way. I'm just gonna slide it into frame. It's my old camping chair that I used to sit on. But we did this. I can't pull the whole chair into frame.
I'm really excited to see what's inside it.
But that's okay. I did myself a favor and I took an old Safeway carry home box and I brought it with me to stick at my feet. To put the yarn in, smart. As we discussed. So it's not
literally everywhere.
So it's not literally everywhere.
Perfect.
So to do that. I got surprise acquisitions. So Diana should go first because hers was planned. Mine was one of our fellow Patreon members wanted to find a good home for her acrylic yarn and thought I would use it, and she's absolutely right. I will, and I'm very excited by it.
All right. So my first acquisition, I actually got last week and just utterly forgot to talk about it.
Till we were done.
Put it on the desk behind me, and then as soon as we were done, I saw it, and I'm like, okay. But I'm remembering now. So I signed up for that
spool and spindle
needlework. Yeah. Their needlework subscription. Sad news, my local fabric store is closing, so this is my last box.
You haven't even finished your first one.
I know, but this is the last box I'm getting because they're not doing it anymore because they're closing.
Okay.
Anyway, Spool and Spindle in Waterloo is having a closing sale, and they ship all across Canada and I think the US, and I think it might be free over a certain amount. So Spool and Spindle linked in the description.
Okay.
Or in the show notes rather.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this box is a whole lunch kit.
Okay.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so pretty, and it is absolutely packed with repair stuff. It is a full-on repair kit.
Good. You need one.
There's a lot, so there's a thing about the Stitch Club and the sticker that comes in every one. Then there's a handy pocket guide to sashiko.
Oh, sashiko mending is so cool. It's so cool.
And then there's literally everything you could possibly need for it. There's a whole bunch of needles in different lengths.
Sashiko needles are different than regular needles.
Yes, and I have no idea how yet because I haven't tried it.
Cool.
There is so much fabric in here to practice on. There's like thin denim and thick denim and yet more different denim, and then something like thinner, I don't know, cottony maybe.
That's because a lot of times in North America, you really only see the sashiko mending on denim, which is tragic. It's gorgeous, gorgeous mending thing that's on like all types of fabric, but here we really only do it on denim. I'm doing mine on a quilt. I don't
know what this paper is. The original paper-backed fusible web. Highly versatile paper-backed fusible web that turns any fabric into a fusible fabric. It has no grain, can be cut and applied in any direction, and is sewing machine safe. The fabric will maintain a soft hand after fusing. Bonds fabric to fabric, or to any porous surface such as wood or cardboard. iron on sticky paper, and I have
Yes.
lots of it.
Good.
Crinkle, crinkle. Let me just, as I nearly stick it in my tea. I'm doing great. Okay, what else do we have in here? We have some thread. I don't know what thread this is. No, that's the wrong way. Some kind of Shishiko thread. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if it's special thread. There's embroidery thread in pink, blue, and green.
Good.
There's some kind of little pin that looks sort of like Clippy from Microsoft Word. Come on. Doesn't it look like Clippy?
Yeah, it's got a little Clippy vibe.
I feel like this is supposed to, oh, he's snips. He's little snips.
Snips? Okay.
But I don't know if that means it's supposed to be usable as snips or if it's supposed to be usable for something other than being an adorable pin. There's a tailor's chalk.
Yep, you want that. I have mine in several colors. You want those.
Pins. There's some kind of a thimble-y thing.
You need the thimble for Shishiko.
Definitely. I have those adorable little unicorn snips now.
Yes. Technically, if you're being truly accurate, you need a thimble for sewing. Just
well, yeah.
Carte blanche, you need a thimble.
And then even more fabric.
Good.
And somehow this all fits in here. Let's see if I can repack it.
You took it all out.
I know I took it all out and I have regrets.
Well, while you put things back, let's start taking a look here at what we got.
Let's see if I can actually, because I'm putting this back not in the order it came out, and I feel like this might be mistakes.
Blasphemy. So there's 2 balls of Burnout Premium in the black. And the Crochet crowd came out with a new crochet blanket pattern. And it's very reminiscent of the knitted painted bricks pattern, which is a knit pattern from Stephen West. And I think this with a bunch of, well, technically they're leftovers. It's going to look amazing. And that's what I'm going to start with. I'll leave more inevitably. There we go. We've got some Pound of Love. This Pound of Love. What's in the bag? Yep, Pound of Love. And we have more Pound of Love. Here we go. There's a lot going on here, guys.
I'm really excited for your blanket idea.
So am I. It's gonna be super good. So I got some grays, I got some blacks, I got some beiges. We got, see, because I got like these random balls of Impeccable. Great color rotation. I mean, not this one with the black, but this green one. That'd be good. And this one, that'd be good. I could do like a whole rainbow thingamabobber theme. Ooh, the red, that'd be good in there too.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, no, there's more. This box is absolutely massive. We've got some Karen. This is definitely cotton. Here's some more.
I was going to say that looks familiar.
More cotton. More cotton. More cotton.
I foresee more crochet cardigans.
Well, she did just release that new pattern.
No, I know.
And I've been itching to dye cotton. I mean, it's just going to be with the right dyes, but for rich dyes, rich dyes. Do you know what? It counts. Oh my God, some more. Okay, am I out of cotton yet? I don't know. I think I might be out of cotton finally. More Impeccable. More Impeccable. More Impeccable. The only things I'm not pulling out are like the little like leftover balls that don't have bands on them, because I'm not sure what acrylic they are. I can feel that they are acrylic, and a lot of them feel like Impeccable to me, but they don't have a ball band. I'm still going, guys.
Oh gosh.
That's definitely impeccable. This is why I gave myself a basket to put things in. More impeccable. Anybody wants to de-stash their acrylic, let me know.
That's amazing.
This is literally a Christmas in July. I gotta.
I am foreseeing an amazing, like,
So much.
You can pick like all the warm colors to do in a blanket.
Another red.
Stained glass effect.
Oh yeah, it could be total stained glass effect. Oh, here's another. Here's another impeccable. Here's another impeccable. Yeah, I found the bottom of the box. Here's another impeccable. Maybe this should have been the photo. Here's another impeccable. Guys, it keeps going. Like I have more in here.
There's so much yarn. I love it.
Not a bunch more, but I still have some in there. So this was a freaking amazing delivery, and I didn't know it was coming. So it was a surprise yarn delivery, which is like the best yarn deliveries.
Oh, gotta love those surprise yarn deliveries.
But yes, I'm gonna take a bunch of these single impeccable balls. I'm gonna pair it up with that burnout premium in the black, and we're gonna do a color fade. I am definitely making that new crochet crown cardigan because that's going to be amazing. Amazing. Mind you, if I did the blues, like if I took all the blues out, I did the black with the blues, and see if I could make a couch throw for my sister because she requested a couch throw for Christmas, and her couch is, I kid you not,
very orange,
like a pumpkiny rusty orange.
Okay.
Or it knows its color, and that is its color. So I think that would look really good. My sister would really like that. And so much gorgeous cotton. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited.
That's good. I'm so excited to see all the stuff.
So good. I need more, hence why I need to get stuff off my needles so I can put more stuff on my hooks. That's how that works, right?
I am excited to crochet vicariously through your box of yarn.
I feel like I have almost 3 full balls of this.
Oh wow. That's so much.
That suspiciously looks like the same color palette to me.
It does. That's nearly a sweater right there.
My size. Yeah.
Get a contrast going in there, and that's a whole sweater.
That's
somebody's
so much yarn. Funfetti bomber.
Yeah.
You pick up what I'm putting down.
Absolutely.
This may actually be in the same color range too. No, I think that's a great idea. That Funfetti bomber.
I like it. Yes. Endorse. Smash that like.
There you go. That's what showed up in my mail today, and by showed up in my mail, I mean was dropped off the Secret Santa delivery person, which Erin has confessed is like one of her favorite chores. She's like, I just love sending you a message going, Patreon bought you something, and you go, what? And then it shows up and you're like, excuse me, where now? Half the time, amazing. They don't want to be known. So they're secret gifts, which drives me nuts because I don't know who to thank. I've received secret coffee. I've received secret Christmas yarn. You guys spoil me. Oh, so good. So good. So excited. Can't get the box out from between here. God, jeez. And it fills up an entire camping chair, which I'm now gonna slide out of screen. But I've been walking into that chair because the office isn't very deep this way.
Well, you can put it all away now.
Every day this week, pretty much. And I'm so grumpy at that chair. I get so mad at it. I'm like, oh, right. I'm gonna talk about the yarn first. I can't put that away.
Yep.
All right. Done.
I also got yarn in the mail this week. Well, I got our yarn in the mail, yours, which will come with me when I come out there, at least in September.
Yeah, because we're gonna do more twin sweaters because 2 is not enough. We need technically we've made 3 sweaters exactly the same.
3 sweaters exactly the same?
Patchwork.
8-bit and the
8-bit
Steinkrieger
And the moment I
Yeah.
pick up the Funfetti bomber, there's 4. We do the one in the
Yep.
fall, that's 5.
And I've now made a cocoon granny
So that's
square cardigan
6.
as well. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And I think
I
you
don't
want to
think I
do
made
this
it exactly the same way as yours, but close
no,
enough.
close enough. I think you want to either do a summer breeze or that bell-shaped crochet cardigan.
I want to make all of them. I want to make all of hers.
Hey, Carrie makes such flippin' beautiful cardigans.
I might have to make some of the tank tops, honestly, just to like
Fair.
go quick.
Try them. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Maybe I should take that blue and make that bell-shaped cardigan with that blue cotton. With the bell
let me
sleeves.
dig for a minute.
With the big bell sleeves. That would be really
okay.
pretty. Oh, I got some thinking to do. Some thinking, guys.
So we each got 10 skeins of Briggs and Little.
We did.
Yes.
For
yours is called Gray Heather.
Yep.
For reasons I will not understand ever, because it is blue.
Oh yeah, no, that's blue.
That's blue. I don't know why it's called Gray Heather. It is blue.
In the end, I think we ordered it because we were confused because the lady who did the review said it's blue, not gray heather. And we're like,
yeah, I was looking at the picture and like even the picture was blue. So like the picture is right. I don't know why they call it gray, but sure, it's blue.
It's blue.
Anyway, it's a lovely blue. So
that's gonna look
this
great
is going to be
me.
your sweater.
Yes. Yeah, so good.
And then I'm making the same sweater, but I'm making it out of, I believe I settled on brown heather. Yes. Brown heather, which, if it focuses, is very heathered and has like dark brown through to like almost a brick red.
Yes.
In there.
No, it looks really good.
So I'm gonna have a nice brown sweater.
You are. The only reason I didn't go brown heather too was I didn't think we had to match quite that badly.
We have to be able to tell the sweaters apart when they're in the same place.
Pretty much. Do you remember the name of the pattern we chose?
Oh, and it was like Fomar or something.
I can't pronounce it. It's from Hey Carrie's Crochet with Carrie website or blog.
It was like an Irish word and it had an accent in it. And it was, you know what? I'm going to look it up.
It's the waffle stitch one.
It's a waffle stitch cardigan.
It's a waffle stitch.
Oh, here we go. Found it.
Good.
It's called Faux apparently. It's good. It's F-O with an accenty thing, M-H-A-R. Linked in the show notes.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful waffle stitch fall cardigan. And we're both like, yep, that's gotta happen.
It's like a tunic length, long cardigan with deep pockets, it says. The waffle stitch. This yarn in a waffle stitch.
I've done a waffle stitch.
So I'm just going to sit there petting it.
Well, you do that with the pillow on the couch. That's waffle stitch. You just tend to pet it. So yeah, no, the waffle stitch. It's a beautiful stitch.
I'm going to sit there. And pet the sweater.
Okay, good. Just make sure you don't pet yourself in inappropriate places in public, and that'll be fine. Oh, I'm so excited to start that in the fall. Sneak peek, spoiler alert, that's going to be our fall cow project.
Yep, we've already decided.
Never mind that. I mean, I finished my spring one because I changed it last minute, and I could potentially finish the summer one.
Well, I eventually finished my spring one. It was just like a week late, and I have started my summer one. And it's a lot of stockinette. So, and also it's dinosaurs, and I'm very motivated to finish the dinosaurs.
Very finished motivated the dinosaurs. Well, it's because they're dinosaurs.
I'm extremely motivated for the dinosaurs.
Yeah, totally makes sense. All right. Whoa, that was a lot of yarn coming into our house.
So much yarn. Now this box is just gonna have to sit there.
Or on the bright side, it means we're on to Lily Workings, and you can do your unscripted Patreon ad. And
well, what's the word of the day?
I don't want to go look. My eyeballs hurt.
So I get a week off?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/Northern Knits Podcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and the night in so many time zones, and enabling each other into so many things, both helpful and not.
Today's was not helpful. Today's was not helpful.
No, I bought some patterns because a designer was having a sale.
Ah, is that why you posted the link?
Yep. Well, see, I blame Sherry. She posted that this particular designer was having a sale. And so I went and had a look, and then I loved everything. So I didn't buy everything, but I bought a lot of them.
It's fair.
And
It's fair.
yeah.
That's okay. You need more patterns. You can find things to make with your yarn.
Because it's not like I don't have literally hundreds of patterns already. I needed more.
I mean, I have more patterns than I could in a lifetime, and I'm still gonna keep buying them. So, yeah.
Buying patterns and knitting patterns are different things.
It's like getting yarn and knitting with yarn, two different hobbies. Come along now.
Completely different.
Come along now.
What was I saying? Oh, Patreon.
Yes.
I was still talking about Patreon. Okay. What was I saying?
You were at the part where we post things at all hours of the day. You're on to the other things.
The higher levels of support, we do monthly e-knittings.
Yes.
The next one of those is next Saturday, Saturday after, TBD.
We were supposed to message last Saturday, so it could be either the 2 Saturdays, depending on what the group chooses. That's how life works. Some months, that's how life works, which is totally fine.
For folks at tier 2 and above, we'll be in touch.
There's a bunch of other things. There's bonus contents, there's videos, so it just depends on what tier you're in, which is totally cool.
Yeah.
Everybody gets Discord. Everybody gets Experimental Tuesdays.
Yep.
And then it varies from there.
Everybody gets movie day as well.
Yeah, everybody gets movie day. Yeah.
And then what else? We're doing vlogs now. We're going to do our first After Dark gaming.
It's entirely Roger's fault that we didn't do it this weekend.
Yeah, I was all set to do it, and then I just didn't have internet for 2 days.
Yeah.
So that didn't happen.
I didn't even think that you might be a Rogers person until like 2:30 my time in the afternoon, and I looked and I went, Diana's usually up by this point. In Ontario time being an hour ahead of me.
Yeah.
That's what I checked, and you were checking in because you were at the cafe and you had internet. I was like, okay, we are not gaming today.
I went on such a walk looking for open Wi-Fi, nothing.
Yeah, and
I found terrible Wi-Fi at Tim Hortons, and that was the best I got all day.
Yeah, because you didn't get a moderately stable home internet till like Saturday evening.
Yeah, I wasn't comfortable saying I had internet back at home until Saturday around 7 p.m.
Isn't that crazy?
And we woke up without internet on Friday.
Yeah.
So.
And they want to buy Shaw.
Oh.
Yeah. We do not have enough competition in this country by any stretch of any imagination.
It was not fun. It was isolating in a not good way. Not that oh my god, I can't check my social media. It wasn't like that. It's
you can't call your mom.
I don't know people in this province. All of my link to all of my friends and family is this brick. That is not a link right now.
Yep. Well, we need to get you out meeting people in Ontario. I mean, not that you could have called them on Friday.
Trying.
On Friday anyway. To do stuff with them anyway. Because the brick you carry around with you was a great paperweight for, Friday.
Yeah, I mean, it was a vlog camera. That's all it was good for. Yep. Oh, and patterns. I keep all my patterns on it.
Yeah. Well,
that's really it. That's not the color I'm supposed to be using right now. That's the wrong stripe color.
Oh well, as always, we understand that budgets are a huge and real life thing, and if you cannot financially support us, we totally understand. Hitting the like button, smashing the subscribe, commenting down below here on YouTube, or joining us on other social media platforms is a great way to interact with us. By us, I mean mostly me, but if you want to talk to Diana, absolutely no shade will be thrown your way. I will simply go find her and pester her till she replies. Because that is what I do. And I do it for you. And I love doing it. She knows I love bugging her. She knows I love bugging her. She knows it.
Yeah, gotta love those images or images, those messages that come in. Diana, love of my life. Oh no, I forgot something.
Diana, darling. Delight of my day. Don't answer the message. Somebody
I'm the husband in this relationship. I'm the husband that doesn't know how to do housework in this relationship.
You are. You are. I posted a photo. You did great. It's the same as I took the garbage. Good for you.
It really is. Oh my god. Oh my god.
But I am comfortable in these roles that we have chosen for ourselves, and you look better in the gaming t-shirts than I do anyway, so totally fine. So long as you know your roles, people. So long as you know your roles. What are you doing?
Being complicated.
Okay. We currently have one log running right now. It is the summer solstice cow. You have until the fall equinox to get your submissions in. You can do that on Instagram or in our Facebook group. Both are Northern Knits Podcast. Convenient because branding is key. If you use the appropriate hashtags, which you can find in the show notes at www.northernknitspodcast.com. Diana conveniently leaves a link for you guys in the description box down below. And from there, you can see old podcasts, get rules, and more importantly, coupon codes, because that is where we stick coupon codes. On the specific case,
indeed.
We have a coupon code with Erin, who is Fireweed Fabrico. You can save 10% off your next order by using Northern Knits 10, which includes things like sock clubs, advent calendars. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep raving about it because she does the advent with no extras. You just get the yarn. You have no idea how long I have been waiting for someone to figure out that some of us don't want the extras. So, and then, for that sweater quantity of yarn, you're going to start in the fall anyway, so why are you lying to yourself? I'm not, but I know the dyers, so I already put my order in.
I'm very excited whenever I hear about new colorways and yarn bases. I'm like, so good, so good. Oh gosh. All right, other than that, I don't think we have a ton on our plates because we're done the lives officially, like any scheduled ones, to the end of the month. So yeah, our next regularly scheduled monthly live is going to be on the 7th of what is next month? August. Summer brain? Can I blame that too?
Sure.
Vacation brain? It's the end of my vacation
brain. We'll take vacation brain. That's an acceptable. Okay. That's an acceptable. Yeah. Which is great because if you think about it, I have till the 7th to sew my summer dress, but I have till like the 3rd or 4th, which will be the Thursday. What's the Thursday? The 4th. To finish 3 sweaters and a shawl. Yep. Secretly, guys, secretly, this is stuff I cannot even count for content. Oh boy.
Have fun.
I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm already panicking. Probably good. But if that's it, that's all. We've got books and then we're done.
Yeah. Looks like books then. I have 3 books.
I have 2.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I finished reading The Sky of Stone. Stone Sky? The Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin, which wraps up the Broken Earth trilogy. It's a very wonderful book series towards the end. I stuck with it through book 1. Oh, slow burn. Weren't wrong. Book 2 was good. Book 3, I think they did good by the characters. N.K. Jemisin writes very, very good fiction. So I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried. She writes good stories. So I did enjoy it. It's a solid 3. It was an enjoyable read, but am I going to remember it 6 months down the road? You did probably not. I mean, every once in a while, am I going to say Evil Earth? Yeah, that's going to come out of my face. But I might not remember where I read it from. I might not.
Fair. I should reread and then read the rest of the series. Because I read the beginning of 2 or 3 of her series and then really enjoyed it and then was not in the mood to continue it.
That's fair.
I should do that.
You should. And then
I'm
I
in the mood for
started
series now.
I started the book called the Book of Magic. Magic book?
The Book of Magic.
Thank you. I started it, I got chapter 1, and then I woke up to chapter 5. So I'm gonna go back and try that again. Because I have no idea what's going on at this point. I had a very solid basis at the beginning of the book. Because, okay, it was very good. Introduced the characters at a good pace. Introduced the idea of the story at a good pace. We moved in and we got a little bit of depth, a little bit of backstory. Had a nice sort of organic flow to it. Enjoying it a lot. Then out cold. Okay, that happened. And then I fell down a YouTube rabbit hole of capsule sewing wardrobes and didn't really read this week.
Fair.
Because life. So that happened. So I just have the 2 books this week.
I can't remember if I'd started last week, but the first 20 hours.
No.
So
you
that
started that last
finished.
week. I remember.
Okay. So that got finished.
Good.
In the vein of many of the self-help productivity kind of books, it's a little bit of info and then a whole lot of anecdote. This one is nicely configured such that all of the info is nicely laid out in the first 3 chapters.
Oh, good.
And he saves all of the anecdote for the last 5 chapters with 1 chapter dedicated to each thing. So the author's deal is like how to learn things to a level of competency quickly.
Yeah.
And so 10,000 hours is the number commonly thrown out to become an expert in something, which if you do it as a full-time job, still takes something like 5-ish years to reach 10,000 hours.
That's not that long.
Long enough. But to reach basic competency at a new skill only takes about 20 hours.
Yeah.
So if you dedicate an hour or 2 to it each day, you can learn something new in a month that you've never ever done before.
Easy.
So he's just laid out his things about how to do that, and then the last 5 chapters were about, this is how I applied it to windsurfing, this is how I applied it to playing the ukulele, this is how I applied it to various whatever. They're playing Go was another one. So it was interesting. Solid 3.
Solid 3. Cool.
Solid 3. If you really just want to read the first 3 chapters and skip the rest of it, that would also be totally fine.
I mean,
although honestly, I like his writing style, so I did read the whole thing and I enjoyed the anecdote part of it.
That's fair. I would probably skip. You know how I feel about anecdotes and self-help books.
Well, one of his chapters was about programming, and I pretty much skipped that one because it was
what you do.
It was even using the language that I use at work. So I'm like, I know all of this and then some. I'm beyond the 10,000 hour level at that.
Yeah. Cool. Peace.
Yeah. So I just kind of like skim. Yeah, but the other 4 chapters I read.
Good.
And then I've been reading Murder on Marble Row, the 5th book in the Gaslight Mystery series. Cozy murder mysteries.
So cute. I love a good cozy murder mystery.
So it's so good, and I love it. They're very enjoyable summer reads, and I have absolutely fallen in love with the habit of, if I wake up before my alarm, which of course I didn't have an alarm this past week because I was on vacation, but just reading first thing in the morning, not going on social media or anything, not checking your email. You just open a book and you do that for 20 minutes, half an hour.
That's what I tend to do.
I absolutely love that. And it's really easy to read these cozy little murder mysteries in 20-minute snippets and get it done in a week.
Yes, it is. So good. I'm glad you're
and then my audiobook. My audiobook is still A Little Hatred by Joe Abercrombie. I think I'm over halfway done that now.
Oh, that's good. Making progress.
I will call it low fantasy. Well, it's like fantasy, but it's like low magic. There's one character that can see the future, and that's the extent of magic.
Yeah, that would be a fiction with like a touch of fantasy.
Yeah, and then of course it's got all of your medieval stuff going on, but it's like mostly just really political, which is interesting but kind of heavy.
Yeah, he tends to write political, so that makes sense to me.
But the narrator for the audiobook is amazing.
Good.
Like every single character has a different accent, like not just a different voice, but a different accent.
Oh, lovely. Makes it really easy to tell who's who and who's doing what, right?
It's so good.
Oh, that feels good
so
on the
good.
shoulders.
Yeah, that's my books.
Well,
I also have the next murder mystery book is already sitting in my Libby app waiting for me.
Which is a good note to end on because I am severely space cadetting. So it is time for me to get up and do something that requires no thinking. So until next week, I'll say I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
No matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.